Hey guys, welcome to the show before the show.
I don't have a camera today, guys. Sorry. I left it at home.
It's a Monday.
It is a Monday.
Some Mondays are like that.
You know.
Damn, then I can't get on you.
Yeah.
No, sorry, man.
No, not today.
No.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
That ruins my Monday.
That really does. We can't aggravate Joe. Dang it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hope everybody's doing well. Good weekend.
I had a good weekend. How was your weekend?
I was saying, good. Liked it. Thank you.
You know what I didn't know? I see Ben
What's
on
that?
here. And
Ben's already on?
Good
I wasn't
morning.
on. I'm looking. I'm so far behind.
But you know, we should be saying hi Marla too, because Marla,
Hi, Ben and Marla.
they are the owners of Wendy's, and we were
Yes, talk about that.
Yes, and it's so great. They're just the most personable people in the whole wide world. But what I didn't know is when Ben's on, Marla's listening too, because he must have it on loud enough that Marla is subjected to us as well.
Oh, yeah, she hears your voice.
Yes, she absolutely does. It was definitely a great place to watch the air show,
Oh, yeah.
for sure. And then get my French dip fix.
Your French dip fix.
Yeah, I love their French dip. So does David. I just love it. I can't find any better, truly. I go to other places and I'll have it. They're not as good. They're truly not. They're like little soggy buns and the meat doesn't taste as good. And Bindy's saying that she went to watch the air show on Sunday and she missed Ben. She missed seeing him. Because I said, if you go there, make sure you ask for Ben and Marla.
Oh, yeah. We'd like it.
Some of the genuinely nicest people around. Oh, you know what? And Greg says that he can tell that President Trump is looking at what you have on your laptop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, because he sees behind me.
That is exactly what he's doing. He's looking at Vic's laptop
Uh-huh.
to make sure you don't have any Hunter Biden things on your computer.
Yep, that's it.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah.
Well, we were busy watching the air show. The news still went on. This weekend, there was so much.
Thank you for
revealed.
getting that out there.
So much revealed. and I started to catch up on it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's some crazy stuff.
There is a lot of stuff. We're gonna have some fun today on the show. I promise you that. We will do it. We'll get to it all. It's all good. Hey guys, welcome into the show. Show before the show. Hope y'all good. Jojo, good weekend.
I had a great weekend. Went to the ball game yesterday.
Oh, that's right.
You can
Yeah.
tell by the tan on your face.
It's a
We
good thing I
can't
don't
see
have
it
a
today.
camera.
Oh, actually, you look very handsome with that sun on your
Oh,
face.
really?
I think it looks great.
Yeah, thank you. Well, then it worked for me.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, we
It's like
scorched.
sunshine.
We were in the 100s and we scorched.
I bet. Yes, your face looks like sunshine, Joe.
Like sunshine.
Heather is saying, my son's dad works downtown Milwaukee, and I guess Joe Biden had a rally on Thursday at the Summerfest grounds, and like 15 people were there.
Yeah, that's what's been happening.
Uh-huh. And Trump, and people will stand in Nevada in 105-degree weather for Donald Trump, and you can have nice, comfy air conditioning, and people still won't see one of the Bidens. But he got more votes than Obama.
Oh, of course he did.
Uh-huh.
Of course. Glad everybody's here. Show before the show. Getting ready to rock and roll. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Thanks for letting people know what we got going on. Mm-hmm.
Did something happen in the studio? Everything's kind of off center. I'm noticing.
In here, no.
Yeah, like the
Nobody
big
was in
TV's
here.
off center.
Nobody came in here because I have the key.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
Right.
And I couldn't.
Yeah.
I was locked out.
Maybe I accidentally knocked it or something. I don't know.
I think it's Donald Trump moved a little bit closer to Vic.
His head's a little heavy, so it's moved that way.
Yes, and he's busy looking at Trump is looking at his.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
you
he's stretching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what it was, Joe? That it's 37 seconds long. The video I was trying to send you of that I was shooting.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, it's too large. Probably. You probably need to put it in a Dropbox or something.
Or maybe edit it.
Or edit it down to where it's less than 25 megabytes.
Yep.
I don't know. Wonder what that would be.
Probably 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm like, is that gonna work? Let's see if this works, and then I'll try to send it to you. Welcome to the show before the show, everybody. We are here. Vic Faust, Lizzie Sparks, Pro Joe in the house. Hi from the UP, baby. Sunny and 65.
I think that's the degrees that we are about right now, too. We are 63, actually, right now here in Chesterfield Valley.
When they say UP, do they mean the Upper Peninsula?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly what it is.
I once went camping up there.
It says, would use mail drop work? Because I've been trying to send as an attachment.
Yeah, as long as you send me a link to it, I should be able to download it.
So I'm going to click use mail drop.
I have no idea what mail drop is.
Okay.
It sounds like it would be the right thing, though.
Okay, I'm going to try that too. I just sent it again as an attachment. See if that video goes through.
Okay.
and then we'll try to send again. What is that music today?
They must have added something to the channel.
It sounds like Space Mountain at Disney World.
Sounds like Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars. Yes, it certainly does. That's because we're rocking this morning.
It
and
might
a
be
rocket ship.
It might be Star Wars music. Yeah, you may get it. It may not. We'll see. Yeah, we got to get the.
Pew, 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 pew.
What the hell?
You want me to shuffle it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think secretly Vic likes it.
Gives me 70s vibes.
Okay.
With the porn mustache.
Stop it, Lizzie.
Well,
Lizzie's always got to go there.
I do.
Paul says he made it to the Roadhouse on Saturday. Did you already say that?
No, I did.
Great food, great drinks. Yep, good time. I was there dropping my son off Saturday. Picked him up late last night on Sunday as well.
Very nice.
I was at Winty's on Saturday with you.
Yes, you were.
Watching the air show, which was phenomenal, except it went late. That was the problem. It was a nightmare trying to get down here too. This whole Chesterfield Valley
was nuts.
Because of rain in the morning, they were pushed back.
Yeah, the whole weekend in Chesterfield Valley was a little nuts. So
okay, Joe, we can go ahead and start the show, buddy.
Would you like me to play the Renew thing again? Before the intro? Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Who we are.
Oops.
Hey guys, welcome into the show. CancelThisShow.com. Vic Faust, Lizzie Sparks in the house. Pro Joe here as well today, but he forgot his camera, so we won't see Pro Joe. If you hear his voice, you won't hear me getting on him saying, you need to show a camera. Anyway, we are here. It is Monday. It is June 10th. Hope everybody had a terrific weekend. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. Central, and all the time on our website, CancelThisShow.com. News headlines, politics, political interviews, cancel culture education, what's happening in your community. You guys talking with us talking with you. We go from that standpoint. Gary says the video is great. Yeah, that's Renew Media is who we are. And we have a website now as well, Renew Media Group. LLC.com, Renew Media Group, LLC.com. We produce corporate videos, podcast marketing, which is a way to separate yourself now. You can literally do it from your business, or you can come in studio. I mean, this can be done. I mean, we literally shot an ag video with a Canadian company.
That's so cool.
We shot a video with a company out of Britain.
Love it.
We can do anything. We can. So if you need any, videos talking about your family, your kids, the heartsake memory, the anything, we do it. We can also help you get your podcast started. Those sorts of things. We rent the studio out. We're kind of all over the place. having fun, keeping busy, staying alive. And of course, we're grateful for any donations and support and partners that you know about that could partner with us. We have become the #1 most downloaded news show in the St. Louis area, and that's because of you. And we appreciate it. We get people all over the country listening. Yes, it was a busy political weekend, Tanya. 4 days to Destin. We are grateful for everybody coming out. Okay, lots of Trump stuff going on today. The Hunter Biden trial. If anybody, I've lost luster with Hunter Biden.
Me too. I don't like
I
it.
wish that I didn't, but I did. October
Yeah.
7th hit with Israel and Palestine. And when it did, it just kind of went down. Now, for hostages, we should celebrate the fact
Yes.
Israeli hostages were rescued over the weekend. And then you had the vice president actually finding a way to honor people who were killed that weren't Israelis in the rescue. So we'll get to that as well. Dr. Phil getting real serious about Donald Trump. Lizzie found that. We'll get into that whole story. Also, when it comes to just Biden being Biden all over the place, he had yet another moment over the weekend. There's also a new dance out called Doing the Biden. We can talk about that.
Have you done it yet?
No.
Oh, I have. Me and Joe did it this morning.
Oh, you
Before we even came in, we absolutely did. It was so much fun.
Doing the Biden.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we have that kind of fun thing that we've got going on. We'll see where it is. Also, shout out, because over the weekend we had, and it's really cool what they do here. We'll show it at the end of the show too, but we'll do it now. Strategic Air Services, where we rent our space from right now, airport hangar in the St. Louis area. Kevin Malutnik, Steve Tilley, they own it. And they hosted, I guess, party for their, Jetstar, Chris Blevins. He was there. He helped put his other company helped put it together, his production company.
That's way cool.
Car Shield, they were a part of it. So it was just a big thank you to people for their business.
That's great.
It was insane because you had the air show going late, ending late. And if people know, and you have one-way roads and they get closed off. So you have people coming in, people trying to get out. But it was a terrific venue, what they did with the airport hangar. So we were there. We had a really good time. Megan and I were there. So Bret Michaels was the star. So it wasn't Poison, it was Bret Michaels. And I have to tell you, and we'll go ahead and show the picture. Megan and I were there.
I've actually got the video if you want me to show that.
You know what? Show the video first. Here's what I'm going to set up with Bret Michaels. This dude does not, and I don't know what he got paid to come here. I'm sure it was good. But this guy, from the moment he came out of his bus, through the back airport hangar door.
He took a bus to get here?
Well, he was at his hotel.
Oh, okay.
Then he got in his tour bus.
Got it.
And then his tour bus brought him to the hangar.
How fun.
And he walked literally from the tour bus through the door to the stage. And he rocked it. Now, I couldn't stay the whole night. We had to get going. But I was so damn impressed with what he did and how much effort he gave. And just a humble guy. So here's his first song, and when he came out on the stage.
Journey to me, 1, 2, 1. You know I never seen it look so good. I should never, I could wait to shoot, baby, no, come on, get up. But I like it, yeah. Well, I know you like it too. When I want, are we ready, my friends? I got it.
Boy, he sounded good.
Doesn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, but they put on, everything that they do at Strategic is top notch.
Yes.
It is. They put on Kevin Malutnik. I saw him racing around with his walkie-talkie and sweating his butt off, working his tail off, doing everything he possibly could. But they did it well. They just did it very well. Joe's in the music scene too. Joe, what'd you think about him when you saw that?
Just that video?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't here for the actual thing. That would have been badass to be here.
Yeah, it looks really cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And he came, I was just so impressed with his energy when he did that. The other thing is, somebody put on there. So he came in, and I just remember it took, literally I was like, oh my God, it's taking me back to like high school.
Yeah.
With Poison
imagine.
and Bret Michaels and he still looks really good. He's not a tall guy. Yeah, he's short, but he is
Yeah.
still in really damn good shape. I remember Tommy Lee talking about playing the drums, that they put some sort of mechanism on him and tested him for how many calories or what kind of workout he was doing every night that he played. And he said playing the drums with one set, what they would do every night was the equivalent of running like 5 to 6 miles.
Oh, wow.
So he's like, I was running 5 to 6. He's like, I wasn't eating healthy or doing it. He's like, I was
Yeah.
doing everything wrong and drugs and craziness. And somehow, some way, I always managed to stay in shape because those rockers, they hit it hard.
Yeah. That would be a lot of exercise up there on the stage.
No, I know.
Right.
Hey, Joe, do you still have that video up? I wanted to see him again. Can you pop
Yeah,
that
yeah.
video up again? Thank you, man.
Journey to me, 1, 2, 1. You know I never seen it look so good. I should never act the way you should, baby. No, come on, get up. But I like it, yeah. Well, I know you like it too. When I want, are we ready, my friends? I got it.
Damn, I needed more time. I wanted to play it again because I was trying to promote us on X. We're on X. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on, where else are we? Cloud Hub. Where else, Lizzie? Rumble.
Yeah, we're on Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, X, and these are just the live platforms. Of course, Facebook, we have, and then after the fact, we have lots of listening platforms, no matter what you have, whether it would be Spotify, iHeart, Google, any of that. So you can almost find us on any platform. There's not one you really can't find us on unless it's, we're not on Truth Socially yet.
Thank you for giving me some time.
Yeah.
When I look down to because you're doing Facebook, I
Mhm.
do X. So that's when we look down. That's what we're doing. We're kind
That's
of
what we're
organic.
doing. We're talking to our people organically. Yes. So anytime, it would be great too. No matter what platform you're on, hit the like button, share it. It's great. So many people have told me that after the fact that they're listening to the show and they can just take the audio platform or any platform and you can text it to a friend too. And I know several people who reached out to me this weekend and said, hey, we listened to you for the first time because one of your listeners sent me one of your shows. So that's really great when I hear that. So just, today, take the show or a past show if you like one of those and text it to a friend. And then it's easier for them to watch it the first time when you do that.
Thank you, Lizzie. I appreciate it. Okay. Now, and there's some other picture. I wanted to show what they did with the hanger. It was so damn cool. And all the Kevin and Steve did an amazing job. That's a hanger. So people would come in, the stage is to the left on that picture.
Yeah, it's like you could eat off the floor. It's so clean in there.
Mm-hmm. And then we were going to show one more pic too, because
that's a beautiful picture.
Yeah, it really is. We do so we host we have our studio within the facility here, and we're just grateful for the time that we have, and we're grateful that we're able to do this show at a really cool place too. So anyway, Strategic Air Services, if you want to check them out, the best in private flying, luxury flying, business flying. It can be one trip. It may not shock. I think it may shock you. It can be somewhat affordable if you get enough people and you avoid the airport. Their pilots are great. The service is great. It's everything top notch with Kevin Malutnik and Steve Tilley over at Strategic Air Services.
That's right.
We did have one more pick.
Oh, look at that.
We never
That's
showed
cute.
that.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Megan, my girlfriend, and I enjoying the night. See, I was more into Bret Michaels than she was.
You were, yes. She liked it
yeah.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she knows every rap song.
Okay, so she would have liked, if
80s,
50
90s to that, and early. Yeah. So yeah, we had a great picture there. It was it was just a really cool night. And I've always liked Bret Michaels. So we just want to show what we have here. Really cool thing here. We talk politics and everything else, but we have some fun, right? It's all right to share some things, especially when Bret Michaels shows up. It's not like it's every day that Bret Michaels shows up,
right,
especially for our ages.
That's right. Very cool.
For the age who we are.
Because we're so young.
Yeah.
We're just little young whippersnappers.
Over the weekend, I got to show, because you guys were having fun with this. Have you guys heard about the new dance, the Biden?
Yeah. I've heard it.
The Biden dance. Okay, we're gonna show you. This is the Biden doing the Biden. Joe is gonna find it, and this is allegedly a new dance, and I think it came off of what we saw him doing in France last week.
Yes, I think so too.
When he lost, it looked like he shat himself.
Yeah.
And he like bent down, and whether he was
Mhm.
sitting in a chair or trying to do something else, it's become a dance now.
Yes.
Ready? Do the Biden. Ready? Do the Biden. Do the Biden.
Even Trump's doing the Biden.
Can you play it again? I want to see.
Ready? Do the Biden. Ready? Do the Biden. Do the Biden.
Okay.
That is a good party dance if you think about it. And it used to be you could only do it with like Republicans or conservatives, but now I think you can do that in a mixed crowd. I think you can have Democrats and other than really far left liberals, I think everybody's doing that dance now.
Okay. There
There'd
you
be no
go.
reason you wouldn't.
They should roll it out at the RNC convention.
I think that would be great.
That would
We
be
should
funny.
start our show every day doing that dance. I mean, it's good.
Yeah. Oh my God. What a massive, I love that word, massive weekend for Donald Trump. He was back out for the first time, I guess his first rally since the clown conviction in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Big crowd in Nevada, but I also thought he was in California over the weekend. I thought I'd seen video from California as well.
Yeah,
but
there was some. It was like, I'm not sure what they were doing there. I don't think he had a rally, but I think there was a bunch of people there, unless I'm
they
mistaken.
they did it themselves.
Right. That's what I got. And it was a lot of
Joe,
people.
yeah,
there.
Joe, if you could show the street shot from California, if you can find that, it doesn't say.
Is it the video or the?
Yeah, it's a video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
got a
well,
picture.
here you can pop that back
Okay.
up. This is
I'll find the video.
Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
This is a rally. I mean, thousands of people come in. This is a swing state too, by the way.
That's right.
Joe Biden wasn't there,
No, Joe Biden.
and
wasn't
Joe
there.
Biden doesn't get any crowds like this.
No.
That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking, but there's video. Just Orange County, California. I mean, we know that New York is Democrat. Manhattan is the hub of it. But look at this video from California, Orange County, all the Trumpsters coming out to support Trump over the weekend. Yep, he can do it all
Yeah.
because he was in California, out and about doing everything that he can possibly get done.
That's awesome.
Look at this.
that.
Yeah.
That's California. That's great. I love it so much. That is the coolest thing.
Of all places, California should be supporting him because
You would think so.
that's the biggest pit of despair that
You're
there
right.
is in the country right now.
That is so great.
I mean,
love that.
show, and when you get a chance, just look at this.
I mean, people really just love him. And people, so many people who have never voted for him before, I bet are standing in that crowd because they don't like paying $100 for their loaf of bread. And I know that's an exaggeration, but I mean, your bread is so much more expensive and people want a strong leader. That's what we need in America. And to see that in California, that's great. And people on the chat line are saying he was definitely in California. For some reason, I was busy probably at the air show and didn't see the California one. I definitely saw the one in Nevada though.
Oh, that was huge. It
Mhm.
was huge. All kinds of people in Nevada. I just wanted to show that because once again, it's these sites that we're seeing are not in previously red states.
That's right.
There have been blue states, New York, Nevada, New Jersey,
Mhm.
California, tons of support all over the freaking place. In the cities of America, you see that as well.
That's great.
I mean, that's what is happening.
Mm-hmm.
The support is there. It's not just the ratings that are there. You see everything. When it comes to Nevada, he was in Nevada, and he had some. He was hitting home run after
he
home
was.
run after home run. I don't care, Joe, where we start with the Trump sound bites, but he was so good. And once again, this was Donald Trump in Nevada, his first rally since the clown conviction in New York. So we want to take time with Donald Trump this morning.
Last week, Crooked Joe signed an executive order that is pro-invasion, pro-child trafficking, pro-woman trafficking, pro-human trafficking, and pro-drug dealers. It's a pro-drug dealer bill. It's weak. It's ineffective. It's bullshit what he signed.
That for
Last
myself.
week, Crooked Joe signed an executive order that is
Yeah, do it again.
I want to hear him say bullshit again.
pro-invasion, pro-child trafficking, pro-woman trafficking, pro-human trafficking, and pro-drug dealers. It's a pro-drug dealer bill. It's weak. It's ineffective. It's bullshit what he signed.
This is the best. It really is.
Last week,
Yeah, never in the history of this country have we had a political figure, a man of the people. We have not seen anything like
know.
this. He signed a bullshit deal.
That was so great.
Lizzie says bullshit. Megan says bullshit.
It's the best.
Mainstream
ever.
media will not show all the support. It's not
No.
happening.
Mm-mm.
We're your new mainstream media. This
That's
is
right.
why we tell people this is what we're doing. Support us. Do whatever you can. We're going to show you reality. My God, this stuff is the
Yes.
best.
And you know what, Vic? I definitely thought the bullshit part was the best because there's no other word for what's going on. There is no other word that's more fitting. But you know what I loved about it too? The teleprompter went out within the first 5 minutes. And the teleprompter, and he brought that up. He's like, the teleprompter's off, and he was going off on whoever the company was and compare himself to Joe Biden. But keep in mind, if you're seeing clips and you didn't see the whole thing, he does like to use a teleprompter, but only similar to like what we do is just a few little notes. And then we have it all in our head. That's what he has. He had nothing. He had no notes, no nothing. So that is all shooting from his brain.
Donna says MAGA bullshit.
Mm.
Bullshit?
Biden shit. Megan freaking love him.
Absolutely.
This is all badass stuff.
It really is. It made my day.
But the other thing about it is he gets better and better from rally to rally.
Yeah, he does. I don't know
it's
how
not
he does.
getting boring.
No.
And I'm going to tell you something too. I have taught people how to public speak. I've done it for 25 years. If you go up and you're relying on a teleprompter of any kind and it goes out, you're like, oh shit. It's happened to me.
Yeah, of course.
I had a couple times, even news anchors when I was doing the news, local news. If it goes out, that's an issue. You go to your notes.
Yeah.
And then you can up, look down, look up, look down, look up. But what he does is he didn't miss a beat.
No, he didn't.
Obama couldn't do that, who I talk about being a terrific orator when he had a prompter and a camera to look at, but he was not that great off of a prompter.
No.
Biden, my God, he can't even use a prompter, much less stand up there without one.
That's right.
People, it's real. I'm telling you, it's real. You may not like him. There may be a couple people, I know most of the audience and people that come into our show do. It's not easy unless you're smart. You have a grasp of all, and I mean all of the topics. You know it inside and out, where it can go out, and then you actually, in my humble opinion, become better because you have more of you, more personality. It's phenomenal what I see with that man day in, day out. The other thing that he talked about was and we're going to get to so many more of these sound bites, but not taxing tips and trying to help out service workers. If you didn't see the newest report, already in California, and this is a low total, but still 10,000 businesses have gone out of business.
That's right.
Because of the new over $25 wage.
Yeah.
They're getting crushed. But he says he has a way to not tax tips or income with servers.
I think that's beautiful. I really do.
I'm like, he's doing things that are actually going to help. Now, I'm going to pay for all of your student debt. If you've already paid for yours, screw you. If you went to trade school, screw you. No, the man is rocking and rolling everything right now.
Well, and Tanya's bringing up the crowd was singing happy birthday to Trump. That was so golden too. That was just golden. It was impromptu. He even acted, it was one of the first times I actually thought he acted a little embarrassed. He really didn't want him to sing it. They started singing and he was, kind of self-deprecating right there. So
when was his birthday?
When was his birthday? Yesterday.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
didn't
think so.
know.
Wasn't it yesterday?
I don't know. That's
Let me
why
see.
I asked. I had no idea. I would say happy birthday to the Don, the man who sits over my
Well,
shoulder
it's
right
June
here.
14th.
Okay, so it's coming up.
Yeah, so it's coming up. But they still sang it because it's just a couple days ahead of time. So
I love it. Thank you for the info, Tanya.
Yeah. So I thought that was great. And it was just so funny. He was just so humble when they were singing it. It was just a side of him that it just, that he keeps revealing to us. He's just such a great person. He really is.
The real man,
The real man,
the real president.
the real president.
Oh, and go figure. His birthday is Flag Day.
Of course it is.
It's
Yes.
Flag Day.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Joe, speaking of flags, when you get a chance, can you show the quote on the picture that I sent you regarding flags? This is so true. Okay, it's 2024. We're supposed to support the country we live in, right?
That's right.
This is something that is so true. Have you noticed, for our podcast listeners, if you're watching, you can see the picture that we have up. Have you noticed that if you fly the American flag, everyone knows who you're voting for?
Yeah. That's
For the
true.
most part, that is damn true.
That's right. You used to be.
And that's sad.
It is sad. But you can go down a street and know who likes the country.
Do you not see a bunch of American flags in the inner city where there's poverty,
No, you don't.
where Democratic leaders are?
You don't. But you see Black Lives Matters and Palestinian flags there, and an occasional.
Well, I
little
see
one.
trans flags.
Me too. Me too. But
mean,
you don't see, and you know what? I don't have a problem with this. Like if you see a flagpole, as long as the American flag is on the top, whether you have a Christian flag, a police officer flag, or if you are gay and you want to put but don't put it as your only flag. Don't put any of even a police officer flag. Don't put those flags, by themselves. Make sure the American flag is on top and bright and shining.
There was a Palestinian flag at the game last night.
Oh, really?
Not flying at the game, but they were walking down Clark
Oh,
as
yeah.
The game was going on?
No, while they were doing the national anthem.
Oh, of course they
Yeah.
were.
Well, whatever. I mean, it is
Yeah.
sad. It's
And it was family day at the park, by the way.
And I'm not sure what Palestinian has anything to do with a family day. I mean, this is America. And like Kevin says, if you fly the American flag, you're voting for America. And in America, the only one you can vote for, you don't have to agree with me, but you have to vote for Trump because Biden is for everybody but us.
Donna says the Trump sign on her lawn is very telling.
Yes, it is. Mine too. Mine too.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Happy Monday, June 10th, canceltheshow.com. We are Cancel This. Vic Faust, Lizzie Sparks, Pro Joe in the house as well. So much material from over the weekend. And it seems like every weekend Donald Trump has a big, big weekend.
That's right.
Not only did we hear that sound, but we continue with sound from Nevada with Trump. And check out more of the it was statement after statement, campaign after campaign. Here's more with Donald Trump, whatever you want to pop up from that standpoint, Joe.
Well, he just had to rub it in and show us a little Michelle Obama.
Of course.
Hit the wrong button.
But that's okay. Michelle just was looking at us too.
And he makes up stories. He said something about me that I stood over the graves of soldiers. Nobody loves the military more than me. No.
Yeah, I accidentally closed it out.
Okay,
What?
just put it up.
We're going to start it over?
Yeah,
Well,
here it is.
That's
let me
a really good
let me
bite.
do a different one, and I'll find that one
Okay.
again. I'm sorry, guys. That was my mistake. It's a Monday.
It's a Monday, and there's so many good things that he said yesterday. It was just, if you're having a bad day, go back and listen to, if today's a bad day, go listen to the rally from Sunday. It warms my heart. As I say, it warms the cockles of my heart when Trump starts talking.
Here's Donald Trump again.
Have men playing in women's sports. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. The weightlifter. You see the weightlifter? They break a record by like 130. A record stands for 18 years. And they're putting a quarter of an ounce on one side of a barbell and a quarter of an ounce. That's what it is. Just if they could beat it by a half an ounce. And they just can't do it. They tried in the Olympic trials.
No men and women's sports. Thank you so freaking much.
We are not doing it, says Donald Trump. We're not. We're not playing around.
Okay, Joe, you want to show another one? Or would you? I'm sorry. It's all right if we talk. We're organic show.
That's right.
We're not doing it. Okay. So I'm grateful that Donald Trump is actually coming out and talking about this stuff,
That's
Lizzie.
right. I love it.
He's addressing legitimate issues. And he's not going all in on the social BS, which we're talking about. Things to actually help human beings.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things. Joe continues to bring up. Are we ready to play this one?
Yeah.
Okay, I
don't know if you wanted me to play something else because I'm still trying to find the other one.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, I
in
didn't
the
know.
email somewhere.
All right, you'll find it. Yeah, let's hear what Lizzie has to say about this.
Need help from the boss. We need help from the boss. That's what happened. We need help. Right? Yeah, we need help. It's all right to say it. Now, they'll criticize me for that. How dare he say that? How dare he say that? No, I'll say it. I'll say it. I'll say it. Somebody said to me the other day, "You're the most famous person in the world by far." I said, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not." They said, "Yes, you are." I said, "No." They said, "Who's more famous?" I said, "Jesus Christ."
This clip gets me every time because Donald Trump, a lot of people will say to us conservatives, because we like Donald Trump so much, I've been accused of thinking Donald Trump is my savior. And I'm like, he is absolutely not my savior. But in my humble opinion, I believe that Jesus, God, sent him for such a time as this. And this is exactly why. He knows we need help. And this was a little bit older clip, but he knows we need help. And where do you get it? You get it from God. You don't get it from Donald Trump. You get it from God. And Donald Trump, in my humble opinion, again, is powered by God. He could not be doing everything that he's doing if he didn't have a higher power. You cannot do this alone. You absolutely, that man and his family is so crucified. He is, and I'm not saying he's ordained or he's even a minister, but he is powered by God. And that gives me chills every time I hear it.
It does. It makes people question others who don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, think about this. God bless the USA. God bless Donald Trump.
Yes.
To be humble.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing in life, once again, we always talk about, this show is about finding truth as much as possible, because you can't have anything without truth.
Correct.
And then in life, it's like, okay, just be humble. If you have, or if you have attained a lot, or if you're in a big spot, be humble.
That's right.
Donald Trump, we have seen, Donald Trump of 4 years ago, 8 years ago, is not even close to being the Donald Trump that he is right now. Yes, he's a confident man. Yes, he can be brash. Yes, he can be in your face. But in this day and age, you have to have somebody that can do that. There's no more, well, we're going to unite. I'm sorry, we want to unite the country. And guess what? The left and the media, and this is why I say the left, tries to say he's a divider. He's arguably one of the most unifying presidents I can remember, or even political figures.
Yes.
I mean, this is blowing away even Obama with, even with the mainstream media and everybody talking about him being a god.
Yes.
And then now you have everybody in the media and left go, he's Satan. And yet the country is uniting around this man.
That's right.
It is real.
Yeah, I agree with Bindi. Trump is real. That's why we like him. We can identify with this billionaire because he's honest with us. And I think he showed humility, even though he has a ginormous ego. And I like that about Trump. His ego is so big, he probably can't fit through this door. But in the same token, he's realizing that he needs a higher source to help this country. And it isn't just himself. And we all need a higher source. So that clip never gets old for me.
Tanya says tomorrow morning on radio with Billy Crow here in Jefferson County, Missouri. I have no idea what that means.
I don't know if that means she's going to be on there or if Donald Trump's going to be on there. I'm assuming she's going to be on there.
Glenn says he's a nice person until you come after him. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
right. That's right.
Exactly. I'm sorry. I've always believed that.
Yes, I am that too.
I'm the same.
Me too.
I've kind of been that way too. Don't kick a sleeping dog.
That's right.
If you go looking for trouble, FAFO.
That's right.
if you continue to kick somebody over and over and over and over and over and over again, or poke them,
Mhm.
poke them, or in their face, things can happen.
That's right. I think most people are like that. There's so many nice people that I know that would never go after anyone else. But once you go after them and it could possibly affect their family, poking the little dog, sometimes that little dog becomes a big German shepherd and they're going to go after you. And that's how Donald Trump is. If you just leave him alone, he's not going to go after you. He only pokes the people that poked him first. So, I mean, and that's what I like.
And you want a
about him.
confident leader, right?
You do. You absolutely want a confident leader. You absolutely do. And that's exactly who he is. And he's been through so much unfairly and unjustly, and he's still fighting for us. And that's where I think the new people are resonating with him. They are aware of what they're doing to him. And they're aware of, like what they did, like, and this is not what we're talking about, but like Megan, who works with our show, sent us something with Clarence Thomas. And it just shows if you're on the right side of things, they, meaning the deep state, Democrats, or even some rotten Republicans, they're going to come after you because they're going to shut your mouth. And so if you see some strong leaders, even if it's local or if it's national, they're going to go after you. They just are.
Welcome to 2024.
Yeah.
But we have never seen a man like Donald Trump. We just haven't.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he's not God, and he said that he's not, but he is the most popular political figure in the history of this country. And he is also, right now, I have to admit, probably one of the greatest politicians we've ever seen
Of all time.
because of how he knows how to do everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And because he doesn't take money, he doesn't take special interest money.
That's right.
My God. And yes, Benny says politics is a very dirty game. It is.
Very, very dirty game.
Yeah.
Very dirty game because you're messing with people.
Would never want to be in that business.
It's rough. It's rough. And it's interesting because you have to be prepared for the dirty tricks. And if you're somebody that isn't good about the dirty tricks, you don't see them coming sometimes.
No, you don't. And
Yeah.
it's impossible to see it all the time because if
That's right.
somebody is hell-bent on messing with you or hurting you,
Mm-hmm.
Things can happen, but that's why you have to keep your faith.
That's right. And that's where Donald Trump, what I like him so much is I think when he went on his very first term in 2016, he wasn't even as humble as he is now. And it was because I think he thought, because he's so charismatic, he could change, he could take a company and turn it around. I think he underestimated, and I know I did, the swamp, as they call it, is so much deeper and so much nastier than he ever thought. And so now I'm so excited for him to be the president in 2024 with the knowledge of being a president for 4 years, then being indicted and treated like crap for 4 years. And now we heard Will Scharf say last week, the team that is in place around him now is like nothing that was in 2016 and 2020. He's insulated with people he can trust this time around. And he knows who you are. He knows who the bad guy is last time. I think we thought he did in 2016, but he didn't. He did not know because I don't think his brain went to people were that evil. And
That's what because he never talked about the swamp before that.
Right.
It was after.
It was after that. And he even went to he's now, when you get him in interviews, he's now talking about the whole world order. He wasn't in 2016 so much, but he now is understanding that the deep state is worse than just a little alligator swamp. These people are all over the world trying to take us down. It's not just our own country. And then people from within. The worst thing in any organization, even our country, if it's the people from within tearing it down, it's hard to fight. It's really hard to fight. And that's what we're dealing with is this border that's open. We've allowed the devil to be within, and it's hard to figure them out until they expose themselves.
I mean, he spoke about so many things. You can check. Laura Loomer had a bunch of his sound bites up too. He was so damn good, covered so many topics in Nevada. As Robert says, the swamp is very wide as
Yes.
well as deep.
Yes.
He just should have realized, or he should have jailed Clinton.
Yeah.
when
And I
had
think
the
he
chance.
realized that he should have too. He was trying not to go there because he's not a revenge-filled person.
No, he wasn't when he was president.
No, he wasn't.
Yet that's what the media will try to tell you. Oh, he's about revenge.
Correct.
And then you had dumbass AOC. I'm sorry I have to go there. I want to be more educated in what I call her,
Mhm.
trying to say, he's going to put me in jail if he's president. I mean, she literally came out in an interview over the weekend and said, he's going to put me in jail if he
I hope he
becomes
does
president.
this time. I hope he does. I really do, because they're saying that he's not above the law. It's literally so many people that are so innocent are the ones that are getting targeted these days because people are nasty. And when people, like I said, when a normal person just wants to make the country better, they're not thinking about revenge and doing evil things. And so now you have to kind of think out of the box with some of these people.
Trump, again, here talking about men not playing sports with women. And it's so great to hear him address. This is a presidential candidate, the man that leads, talking about this and trying to protect women, not just saying something, oh, we believe in women's rights, and then going behind and actually punching them in the back of the head. No, he loves women and he's trying to protect them. Here it is.
And playing in women's sports. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. The weightlifter. You see the weightlifter? They break a record by like 130. A record stands for 18 years. And they're putting a quarter of an ounce on one side of a barbell and a quarter of an ounce. That's what it is. Just if they could beat it by a half an ounce. And they just can't do it. They tried in the Olympic trials.
Yeah. And Donald's, once again, he will try to stop it, but then I also feel that it would become an abortion issue, maybe state to state. I don't know. I was thinking about that.
Well, and Jay is saying, I mean, look at what they're doing to Donald Trump, and look what they're doing to so many all across America. Look at the J6ers. There was grandmas there that just walked into the Capitol because they genuinely thought a police officer said that you can go in. And Jay saying they're putting 75-year-old women in prison for protesting outside of abortion centers. That's 2024. That's been since 2020 to 2024. They're taking people that just have an opinion about what they're doing. They're not hurting anyone else, and they're putting them in jail. Why would they do that? They want to silence people that are bringing out the truth, to kill people or to maim people or cut little kids' genitals off. That is all horrible, heinous things that they're doing to people in our country. And the grandmas that are 70, 75 are coming out against this stuff, and they're putting them in jail. All the while, we could go on about what the Biden crime syndicate has done. We can go on what the Clinton crime syndicate has done, and they're walking free.
Abortion should not be political. Yes.
I agree.
Heard that before.
Yes.
100%.
I absolutely agree. It should not be political.
And we broadcast live out of the St. Louis, Missouri area. But there are certain people who jump in and say that the Uniparty is also starting in the state of Missouri, which is very interesting. Somebody got that shout in. I know that
For sure.
people are worried about that all over the country.
Absolutely.
Over the weekend, oh my God, I'm sure Donald Trump is trembling in his boots because Paul Ryan and Mike Pence and Chris Christie said they can never support Donald Trump for president.
We don't need them. We don't need those three
I was
asshats.
like, oh my God, does anybody even know who you guys are anymore, really?
Yeah.
Just a little.
Yeah.
And people don't remember you in a good way.
No,
The Democrats hate you.
that's right.
Republicans hate you three.
Mhm.
So what are you doing? You're trying to be somewhat relevant?
Yeah, for whatever reason. But they're absolutely not. Those are the three. Actually, those three right there are even worse than AOC. And the reason I say that, or even the squad, we absolutely know they hate this country. We know that. Those three, if you're politically aware, then you know they're just as bad as the squad. But a lot of people just see an R behind their name and think, oh, okay. And Mike Pence, he's a good Christian guy. He did what he was supposed to do on J6. Chris Christie, he was a good prosecutor. And a lot of people with Paul Ryan, they don't even know who he is anymore. They don't know. So, I mean, they're bringing this back up to try to cause dissension in the Republican Party is what they're doing. And I'm not talking about necessarily in politics. I'm talking the normal lay people that your grandma that's sitting at home watching mainstream media goes, oh, look at that cute little Paul Ryan. And that Mike Pence with his nice little hair.
Yeah, from the chat line, many people, I heard this, talking about how Paul Ryan sabotaged Donald Trump in his first
100%.
term when Trump found out how politics works
That's
in
right.
D.C. firsthand.
That's right.
When he realized with his vice president, when he
Mhm.
realized with Paul Ryan, And he realized with several other people, it wasn't going to be, hey, we're Republicans, we stick together.
Yep.
It was like, hey, we're Republicans.
Mhm.
We're going to do whatever it takes to get to the top. And if you're in our way, screw you.
That's right.
And then he found out about all of the other inner workings of DC.
That's
He
right.
was, here's the thing. The great thing about Trump is the fact that he wasn't a political elite.
Yes.
The bad thing was that he wasn't a political elite, so he didn't know how it worked.
Mhm.
And still, he accomplished so much, still arguably could put up numbers and accomplishments that were as good as any president ever, if not better, ever. And now he comes out and explains what he is going to do again, as he did in his first term, and he
Mhm.
followed through. So now we know he's going to do, and this is why Democrats get so damn scared.
That's right.
So because they know that what he's saying he's going to do, he's going to do.
Mhm.
This isn't like Joe Biden. I'll say whatever I need to say this week, whatever the flavor of the week is, he's going to do what he says he's going to do, and that is scary.
That is very
And it's only scary to those who don't want to see this country prosper.
Mhm.
We showed you the flag situation again. It's sad that we have now gotten to a point where we know who you're voting for if you put an American flag out.
That's right.
If you fly it proud,
Mhm.
chances by about 90% and above are the fact that you're voting Republican,
I would
which
agree.
means voting pro-country, which means voting pro-America,
Mhm.
which means voting pro-success and America first. And there is nothing wrong with saying that
That's right.
ever, anytime.
That's right.
But you'll have these other parties that will come out and try to make you feel guilty for saying that or talking about those sorts of things. As I continue on, Joe, did we have more of Trump talking from his presser in Nevada?
I don't think we had that, but we did have his new ad campaign.
Yeah, the ad campaign is
It
phenomenal.
really is.
Yeah, let's go ahead and play it, Joe. I love the idea. We'll go ahead to it's one of those videos that I call a chill video.
Mhm.
The test of a man is how much he will bear for a cause which he knows to be right. How long will he stand in the depths of despair? How much will he suffer and fight? There are many to serve when the victory is near, and few are the hurts to be borne. But it calls for a leader of courage to cheer the men in a battle forlorn. It is the way you hold out against odds that are great that proves what your courage is worth. It is the way that you stand to the bruises of fate that shows up your stature and girth. And victory is nothing but proof of your skill, veneered with a glory that's thin. Unless it is a proof of unfaltering will, and unless you have suffered to win.
Sherry says on the chat
Woo!
line, it makes her cry.
Woo!
And it does me too. It gives me chills, brings tears to my eyes, because that's truly how many of us see Donald Trump, is exactly in that video.
I mean, national media is not going to allow you to see it. You can't watch it anymore. Local media doesn't show you that. You've got to come to outlets like ours, and we do the best that we can. And we're grateful for what you guys do with us to help bring that out. There's all kinds of rumors from the chat line. I heard a rumor Trump is going to pick a Latino vice president. Okay. Yeah. And he could pick a black vice president,
Mhm.
you know, and he could pick a white guy. You know, I mean, it's all over the place. We'll see where it goes. Have you seen Trump's intro for Kid Rock? It's epic. I don't know if I have. Did we play that last week? We might have played that last week. We played so many
Yeah,
Trump
I think we
videos.
did play it last
And we're
week,
appreciative
and
of you guys jumping in the show. We have the People's Platform
I
there
love
for
it.
you guys to let us know what's going on, to give us the updates. I don't know if we've had it. If you guys have it, send it to us somehow, some way. We'll
send it to
we'll
us.
pull
We'll play
it. We'll play it for the people if you think it's what it needs to do. From the chat line, it's like the far right wants to legislate cultural issues. Can't
Right.
be done.
Mhm.
Cultural change comes from the people, not the law of the courts. I get that.
That is well said. And what she's meaning by the far right is, we kind of talked about this last week, even with Kelly. The majority of us are in, the 60, 80%, where we love this country. Some might still be Democrats, but they're saying there's something now called Democrats for Trump. What is hurting us, and Eric has mentioned it, Kelly has mentioned it, and they might not be as political as we are, but they're not wrong when they say if you are somebody that's conservative and you're legislating cultural issues, we could lose votes that way, because there's people that are Democrats that are pro-choice, and I'm not saying I'm one of them at all, but they're still going to vote for Trump. And for example, in our state right now, Roe versus Wade was overturned, and that's how Donald Trump was a winner in the abortion issues, with having the justices that he appointed overturning it, going back to the states. But even in our own state, there's that small faction of maybe 5% or whatever is so worried about abortion still that they're galvanizing the left, because that's all they have is abortion and these cultural issues. So we need to kind of stay out of those.
I know, but the left is not going to allow it.
You're absolutely right.
It's not going to happen.
You're absolutely right.
That because they've only got one.
That's all they got.
And they're going to continue to push that abortion.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to continue to push it even after they've pushed it.
That's
and
right.
then push it some more.
And push it some more. That's exactly right. But you have to stay firm. And some Republicans were very mad at Donald Trump when that's basically his answer. He's not, again, trying to get a federal abortion ban. That's not constitutional. And that's what both the far left and the far right want. They want, the far right wants abortion completely banned in the United States. The far left wants you to be able to be pro-choice and have abortions out the wazoo. So going back to the states is what we already have. Donald Trump has already done the right thing. He's already done it.
He really has.
Yeah.
And the ratings continue to go up. We continue to talk about this week after week. And we addressed all of the appeal of his conviction. After all that takes place, they're going to continue to go up even higher.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see more and more of this. The response for Donald Trump. Now, the thing that, I mean, yes, I know people love Trump in red states, but my God, in all of these purple states now and or blue states, the amount of support that he is getting. And I don't want to hear it from African-American Democrats who say that we're lying, because we're not.
That's right.
The support that he is getting publicly is unlike anything we have ever seen or heard from the African-American community. And it's getting stronger, especially that people see and feel like, oh, we're not afraid to actually talk about this publicly.
That's
now.
right.
We can do this.
Mm-hmm.
We can go out and say, hey, there is something to be said for this.
There is something to be said for that. And it's just, you see people, liberals that are Black or white, and they're trying to tell us that we're liars, that the Hispanic and the Black community are not so pro Donald Trump, but they are. And they're not even staying quiet anymore. I mean, there are so many people over the weekend. I saw so many people that were Black that never voted for Donald Trump before, all over social media. I even saw people in Hollywood, both white and Black, that never would have stood up before, that are absolutely standing up now. People have had it. They've had it. And so I think that Donald Trump won in 16. Well, we know he won in 16. We know he won in 2020. In my opinion, he's going to win by more than he ever has 3 times. And he's getting elected for a 3rd time, essentially.
Landslide.
He even said that in his rally, in Nevada, that they win exactly what you said, Vic, that they're going to win in a landslide unless they cheat. So he's not thinking that they're not going to cheat, but he thinks we're going to win so much this time. And we are now aware of how they cheated the last time. We're aware of it. So, vote early and then go to your polling booths and keep your eye out on things. That's the best thing you can do.
When it comes to the social issue of abortion, once again, as we have talked about from the chat line, honestly, I love that he has given the decision to the states. Best decision that he possibly could have done. From the chat line, Peg says, as we talk about too big to rig, people, it is too big to rig.
Yes.
When it comes up. My son actually asked me about this. I told him, there's no way in hell Donald Trump's losing this election.
No way.
Unless there isn't one. And he's like, what do you mean? How could they just not have an election? I'm like, well, I was like, there's a lot of things that could be declared if we're all of a sudden in a war, or if we're in some sort of a proxy war that associates us with something. I said, they actually did this in Ukraine. And he's like, really?
They sure did.
I said, oh yeah. Zelensky said we're in a war and didn't allow elections. And guess who's staying president right now? Zelensky.
That's right. That's right.
It's not that far-fetched.
No,
I know
it
we're
isn't.
American. We can't imagine that here. but I don't think it's a far-fetched idea yet. I don't.
think so either. I think it is, because look at all of the things that Biden is not doing or he is doing, because he doesn't even know what he's doing, and his administration, because he doesn't even know. But the
He
administration,
just doesn't know, Vic.
he doesn't know. But the administration that's behind him, the Obamas and everyone else that is pushing the buttons here, they are pushing for a World War III. They are pushing it. We've actually are really, if we're being honest here, we're really kind of in it already. And so it's just not the kind of World War III that was real obvious that people had cannons and foot fight. Now we're being fought from within. The other countries are loading up on nuclear weapons, and they are shutting our social media down again. I noticed it this weekend. We are already in the starts of a World War III, but people don't get that because it's not the same fight as World War II. It's a completely different sort of fight. And so if they can't jail him, they can't stop him, they can't get rid of his social media now, and if they can't unalive him, which I do think they're going to try this summer, they're going to institute a, quote, official World War III. They're not going to stop at nothing. They're going to allow it happen. They've got a plan, and it's already in place. We just maybe don't know all the details of it yet.
The other situation, Donald Trump talking here about coming strong in Nevada, about the Hunter Biden laptop. Remember that? The media just wants to forget about it. The laptop is real. The shit on it is real. The nastiness on it, it just, it's all real. Yet you had 51 federal agents signing that it wasn't. They signed the stuff that has happened on the left with the Obama-Biden administrations is unreal. Like blows out any of the made up stuff that has happened to Donald Trump. Just listen to Trump talk here in Nevada about the whole situation.
And he makes up stories. He said something about me that I stood over the graves of soldiers. Nobody loves the military more than me. Nobody. Nobody respects it. And nobody's treated it better. Nobody's done as much for the military as I have. But he said I stood over graves of soldiers, and I said, these people are suckers and losers. Think dead soldiers from World War I. I said, this was a made-up deal from a magazine that's failing, Financial Disaster, by a guy that is a horrible radical left lunatic named Goldberg. They made up a story that I said this, and they put it out, and it's been going around for 3 years. And it's just like Russia, 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 Ukraine, 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 51 intelligence agents, that phony story, remember? The laptop is from Russia, they said. And they should be prosecuted for what they did. Okay, they should be prosecuted. Let's see what happens. But can you imagine? And now they took an ad using it. They know it's phony. They know it's false. And now they took an ad using it. These are sick people. And I hope the military revolts at the voting booth and just says, we're not going to take it. They can say anything. They're a party of misinformation, disinformation, cheating on elections, open borders, high interest rates, and high taxes. That's all. And you can't get elected like that. So they make up stories, disinformation, a story like that. Think of it from a practical standpoint. I'm standing there with generals and military people in a cemetery, and I look at them, I say, these people are suckers and losers. Now, think of it. Unless you're a psycho or a crazy person or a very stupid person, who would say that anyway? But who would say it to military people with military? Because as President of the United States, I would say if I made that statement, if I have generals here, I would imagine that most of them would end up in a major fistfight with the president, okay? And you know what? I would have said it was okay in that one instance. They made up a story. They just, out of thin air, just like a lot of the fake stories are made up by these people, because they're among the most dishonest people in the country, the fake news. They're dishonest people. So they made up this story, and they go with it like I said it. And you know what? Some people believe it because they believe it. You know, they hear it from these people. They believe it. It's a shame. It's a shame you can get away with it. But we have to talk. If we don't talk about it, this happened 3 years ago. And my geniuses said, oh, sir, don't mention it because nobody believes. But it just never goes away. I got to mention it. I don't like mentioning it. But for me to say suckers and losers about people that died in World War I in front of military people, it's not a possibility you could say a thing like that. So it's a shame. It's a shame.
That is strong. That is
Really
to the
strong.
point. That is black and white. That is direct. That is factual. And you look at all of the things that have been made up, and they'll continue to be made up in the news left stream media, and they control it. And they're going to continue to try to control that message to try to throw out as much as they possibly can. But
That's right.
more people have woken up than they wanted to. And you already see what's happened with the clown circus conviction.
Well, and it's so right. Like Megan says on the chat line, the left is a party of suckers and losers. And they lie and they lie and they lie and they lie. And then they are always doing what they're accusing us of doing. And I'm glad Donald Trump is one that literally tells us about that.
It is fun to watch, though, isn't it?
It is very
Man,
fun to
I get
watch.
excited when I listen to him talk because I
do.
care.
Mhm.
I care about this country. I care about my kids. I care about my girlfriend's kids. I care about everybody's kids.
Mhm.
And to think about where this country could be in 8 years,
That's right.
4 years, 2 years,
Mhm.
it's changed. It has changed so much.
That's right.
And I still think about that situation regarding you can basically tell who somebody is voting for if they have a flag in the front yard.
That's right.
That is a problem.
That's right. And you can often tell, you were talking about how you care about people and you care about your children and Megan's children and other children. It's very evident when I see you talking to people's kids. And the interesting thing about that is you can also tell in parenting of somebody that is far, far left because they are teaching these children to put Palestinians that are not legal here before American citizens. It's come down to parenting. You either love this country or you don't. It's that simple. It's all in the parenting.
No, I agree. I do.
Yeah. Well, and I sit here like Joe is another person that really loves his kids. They went to the ball game and he was just so talking about how proud he was that all of the kids were there together. And that just, it's the American way. Your kids can be different. They don't all have to be the same, but it's you want to be with your kids and you're proud of your children and you're proud of America. Too many people aren't doing that.
You can tell how they're voting if they have a pride flag. That's another.
Well, and that I'm not
But
sure about.
I don't agree.
That part is I'm not sure about.
One of our biggest supporters on the show and a good friend of mine, George, who's gay for Michigan
Yes.
PS3.
Yes.
He leads and is a part of a coalition of the log cabin Republicans.
Yes.
And
yes.
they are in the crossfire
Mhm.
of fighting for Donald Trump, even more so than somebody who isn't gay because of the abuse that they take from the trans community.
Correct.
But I
Correct.
do get your point.
I do too.
But you can't make massive generalizations
Right.
about everybody.
Right. I do think if they have, my brain goes there too. I'm just going to be honest. If I only see a gay pride flag, I kind of in my mind, without saying it, think they're probably a Democrat. But they're not for sure. If there's an American flag and the great gay pride flag, I wouldn't put the gay pride flag up, but I'm not gay. So I just wouldn't do it. But that being said, I do know people that are gay that have both the flags up and they are a Donald Trump supporter. They absolutely are. And I'm someone that puts other flags up too. I put the American flag and I also put a Let's Go Brandon flag or, FJB flag or sometimes a police officer flag. But that is, these listeners that are saying that, they're not wrong oftentimes. I mean, if you put another flag above the American flag, you probably are a Democrat, or maybe not even a Democrat. I don't want to bash all Democrats because there's some Democrats that are voting for Trump. You're a liberal wackadoo. That's what you are.
Okay. You should have George on the show again. Yeah, we're going to have George. And
I agree.
We've also got a couple other people that we'll have on to talk who are involved with the log cabin community as well. And you know what? We'll do whatever we possibly can. You just can't generalize everybody all the time when it comes to that. But Trump is, kicking butt, taking names, as we talk about. The other thing that we'll put into this is the whole conviction idea. Before we get to our commercials, we'll have Joe do this. Joe, if you could run the Trump, did you guys see the Trump juror story where you have a juror whose brother, you have a man whose juror, his brother was a jury member who
Yeah.
said the day before that
Mhm.
Trump would be convicted.
Mhm.
And this isn't just some random, it was so much so that even Judge Merchan was taking it serious.
That's correct.
Yeah, they were responding. Just look at this. And there's videos all over the place, but it came out at the end of last week.
Mhm.
And I think it might have even been the news dump Friday.
Yeah, it was a news dump on Friday.
Just listen to this.
Breaking news, if this is true, and it's not a hoax or some very sick prank pulled on Judge Juan Merchan, Trump's conviction in New York on 34 felonies is very likely to be vacated, and vacated even before the president is sentenced on July 11th. This afternoon, Judge Juan Merchan alerted former President Donald Trump's attorney Todd Blanche and Assistant New York County District Attorney Joshua Steinglass that this afternoon, the judge was made aware of a Facebook comment dated May 29th. Now, May 29th was one day before Trump was convicted of all 34 counts in his New York criminal indictment. The posted comment was made by a Facebook user allegedly named Michael Anderson. It reads, quote, "My cousin is a juror and says Trump is getting convicted. Thank you, folks, for all your hard work," end quote. Now, the Facebook post also has two emojis, a party horn and a heart.
So if this is actually happening and it's real, it came out and then all of a sudden I didn't hear much more about it over the weekend.
Yeah.
And the only reason I agree with Megan is that Merchan brought it up was to look like a hero, because I do believe the shit's about ready to backfire on
Yeah,
him.
I do too. And
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
That's
for me in
right.
this story.
yeah, I have a theory on what that is. Is this Michael dude or whatever his name is? I think it was part of the plan. They absolutely know that Trump wins on appeal. They know it. And so now they're having to backtrack, figuring out how can I get out of this? So they could use this guy, whether this guy is a plant or not, and go, oh my gosh, there was leaking here. We're going to have to, have a mistrial or whatever. And then it all blows over in the end because they know Trump wins on appeal. They know that. And so, and maybe I'm completely wrong and it's a conspiracy in my head, but I just don't trust these people. I don't, because why did Merchan immediately go, oh, look at this, if he wasn't involved? Because if he wasn't, he would try to push it under the rug.
I agree. I agree. And also, over the weekend, I heard about this. I did not see it. According to Kimberly, Trump posted mistrial on
That's
Truth
right.
Social over the weekend.
I think that's what we're going to see. And that's how they started the mistrial, because they're not going to win an appeal. Because Merchan, yeah, I agree with Megan that he could be doing it so he could be the hero.
Wait a minute. Who's not going to win a mistrial?
They are not. The Merchan is. Well, I mean,
Yes.
Trump. I'm sorry. Thank you for clarifying that. Trump is going to win the appeal, and so Merchan. To Megan's point, yes, he looks like the hero when he's like, well, look at this. I don't like Donald Trump, but I have to do a mistrial now because of this. That was what my very first go-to was. Okay, what you guys up to? They got to save face. And the only way to save face is to act like it's somebody else's fault. Somebody on the jury leaked this. That person is probably real, because there's sources that he's real and that he's like a troll, but he's part of this. For sure. And if not, Merchan's going to use it to I agree with Megan, to look like a hero and to undo what he's done, because he looks like a loser. I mean, he looks.
Were you
ridiculous.
surprised to see this come out?
No, not at all. Not at all. Because I think this Michael Anderson or somebody, whoever that is, they were all talking about this beforehand. They were never sequestered. They were even to go home over Memorial Day weekend. People really were talking about it. I am sure one of those jurors told their cousin stuff. I'm sure they did. I'm not saying that this thing is actually true, but the scenario could be true. And I do tend to believe this Michael Anderson guy, that people were talking about this with their relatives. Don't tell anybody, Vic. But did you know what? We're going to convict him. That did happen. In some scenario it did. And Merchan wanted to quickly act like he was the hero. Oh my gosh, we need to get on this so that he saves face. And this just kind of now goes away and there's a mistrial.
Merchan will never be a hero,
I
according
agree.
to the chat line.
Yeah, I agree. Only a hero in his own eyes.
I don't think you can count on this judge to do the right thing. Of
Yep,
course not.
of course
you
not.
can't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And like Tanya's saying, it's horrible. There's no surprise.
All part of the plan.
All part of the plan. If they couldn't get him the way they wanted to get him, they're on to something else. They're already on to it. So it's unfortunate that we can't trust these people. And you know what? In this day and age, you have to be careful, even the judges that you elect, because so many of them are liberal and so many of them are so corrupt. And the minute that they know that you've been involved or posting things on Facebook, that you have a Trump picture or this or that, since I put my profile picture with a Trump hat on, I am so attacked by people.
Are you really?
Oh, yes. But I don't care.
Why? It doesn't make sense.
Because people...
That should, if you're attacked,
yeah,
that should show you what the other side stands for.
Exactly. And I know that by doing that, I've done the right thing and that I am electing the right person. Because for all the people attacking me, more think it's great. But, and then I've been told by people, why do you do that to yourself? Why are you so out there defending this man? I go, because he's right. And I love our country, even more so than he's right. People have to stand up for their country. They absolutely have to do it. And there's no one else that has the strength that he has. No one to do what he's doing. No one. And so, and there's a lot of people that are being, like Tanya saying, she's verbally attacked. That happens so much. And you know what? You're attacked sometimes by the people you least expect or don't see it coming. And that's okay. That's okay. And sometimes they're in your own party. Sometimes they're in your own party. But that's 2024. That's the world we live in now, that you can't just wear a hat and not be attacked. It's ridiculous. But then in the same case, we can do the Biden dance. And after you're attacked by your hat, we can all do the dance and then we all feel better about it. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I know it's a good time to do the Donald. We got more Donald to talk about. We've got other stories to get to. The Hunter Biden situation. A world-renowned economist predicting a massive, I hate to say it, market crash bigger than 2008 coming up still. Robert likes to throw a lot of that information out there as well. Dana White talking about his speech.
Yes.
Coming up at the RNC. We'll see what that is. And others. But first, we'll get into our partners and our sponsors we want to thank first. And that's with Complete Auto Body Repair. And we are grateful for them helping us out there. And if you have anything that goes wrong with your car, A to Z, you want to go to Complete Auto Body. It is CompleteAB.com, CompleteAB.com. You got the phone number on the screen for our viewers of the podcast, 314-731-7999. Once again, that's 314-7999, or excuse me, 314-731-7999, or you go to Complete AB. So many happy customers when they go there. I saw Curtis over the weekend. They have a lot of things going on. They have all kinds of jobs that are open as well. If you want to find something, go to their website, look at the jobs, 40, 50, 60 different jobs. People who work there are happy. They have all kinds of jobs that are open as well. Check them out. Also, the St. Louis Injury Council, led by the one and only David Gregory. He's running for state senate, but his main job is attorney. He's an accountant as well. He's a former state rep throughout the St. Louis, Missouri area. He is licensed in 7 states. And if you've been in an accident, if you've been hit in some way, hey, if you want to call other people, fine. But you better give Dave a call first. Give him, or at least at some point, give him a call before you sign with anybody. Not only is he going to lessen the fees so that you get more money, he'll take your call. And he's the best. Why is he the best? Because I worked with him twice. And I was told by others, well, this is what's going to happen. And then I got recommended to Dave. And I'm like, you're kidding me. This is what I'm owed. This is what I'm going to get. And he's like, absolutely. You won't find anybody better than David Gregory. Also, WeQuipUSA.com. They're a rental website. You go there, WeQuipUSA.com. And when you go there, what you see are items that you can rent from other people, or you can put your own items up to rent. They rent spaces, just a really, really cool organization. And of course, Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley. They are rocking, they're rolling every day. They've got the Defiance location moving and shaking very well. Lots of people going in just for a good time, food. And here's the other thing. They support us. and they're all about us, and they've been with us from the get-go. And that's saying something as well. So when you decide on what you're going to do, where you're going to go, you have that choice to help us out. But also, they have some of the best burgers, wings, smoked meats, food you're going to find anywhere. They take it serious. And we're grateful for Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley and the Winty's Roadhouse in Wine Country in Defiance. A really, really, really cool spot there. And if you see a kid named Drake Faust, you can tip him well too.
That's so cute.
Recognize the last name.
I love it.
All right, guys, we appreciate you jumping in for cancelthisshow.com. Vic Faust, Lizzie Sparks, Pro Joe in the house. Another thing that I wanted to do, Joe, can you pop the video up ready too of what we do with Renew? I wanted to let people know what we do. We have this podcast here. We have other shows that we produce that people want to get into the podcast industry. It's not always easy to get into podcasting. I'm honest about it, but we try to help and we get people rocking and rolling. The podcast marketing aspect we do as well. If you have a business, if you have a website, you need a podcast marketing video. You need to have, we do it. We're a one-stop shop audience there. We can also make creative videos when it comes to a corporate video for you. If you want to tape videos with your family, you want to do it all. Here's an idea a little bit more about Renew Media Group, LLC.com does. Once again, it's Renew Media Group, LLC.com. And that's Renew Media Group, LLC.com. If anybody has any ideas, if you're looking for, give us a call. You can give me a call, 248-763-6721, or my email for that is victorjfaust@gmail.com. Also, if you know of advertisers or sponsors, Lizzie at cancelthisshow.com and Vic at cancelthisshow.com. Trisha says I need to make cute videos of my diabetic alert dog to educate people on type 1 diabetes.
Oh my gosh, she does, Vic.
Yeah.
She has the coolest dog.
Give us a call
to do that.
We can do this for you.
Yeah,
That's what we
Trish,
do.
that
here.
would be great.
And we are grateful for everybody supporting what we do.
Mhm.
We are thankful for you guys helping us with that. Also, what kind of video, what are you talking about, Lizzie?
She on her Facebook, she has diabetes and she has dogs that actually alert her when her insulin's low. I might be saying this wrong, or her sugar's low, and has saved her life more than once. And she posts videos about these dogs, and they're all the same breed and they're so cute. She could do an entire compilation. Like, she really could. She could do one of the videos that is produced here at Renew Media and really make awareness for having dogs that are really, that can save people's lives. And it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. You need to, if anybody's not Facebook friends with her, you need to kind of watch what she's putting on there. Yeah.
Sometimes I'm an idiot. I was texting with somebody and and it's going to be about cicadas, because you have a new story about cicadas that we're going to get to. But I wanted to get into the situation regarding Dana White. Obviously, he's a huge Trump supporter.
Yes.
And he's a huge Trump supporter because Donald Trump had his back when nobody else did. When everybody else told him the USC would never work. Not literally, not one person. They were broke. They were in debt. Joe Rogan was working for free for Dana White. He was working for free. That's right. Don't despise small beginnings. Joe Rogan was working for free for Dana White because they believed in the mission, and it takes time to build greatness. Well, they needed somebody. They needed some hand up, and they got it from Donald Trump. And then that's why Joe Rogan and Dana White said they'll never turn their back on Trump.
That's awesome.
And, you know, Dana White's going to be speaking at the RNC convention, I think, that's coming up. And here's Dana White talking about Donald Trump.
The one thing about the former president, he wants to be the next president again. You know a fighter's heart. You stare in more fighters' eyes than anybody else to see what's in there. Where does he rank at 77?
Number one. You take any of the greatest fighters of all time, Trump is number one. The most resilient, human being that I've ever met in my life.
In what respect?
Why keep doing this? You know, you got money, you got a great life, you got whatever. Why keep doing this? And the one thing that I can tell you, and this is a fact, this guy loves this country, right? And he loves all Americans, regardless of what color, religion, or whatever it is. He's not a racist. He's a good human being, and he loves America, and he cares about this country. Period. End of story. If he wasn't that type of guy, I would never even associate myself with him.
Right.
That is well said, because what he just said is why so many of us also like Donald Trump. He's not a racist. He doesn't care what your religious affiliation is. He doesn't even care what your sexual preference is. He thinks that everybody under the sun in America is important and valued. Illegals, even in his speech that he gave, or his rally that he gave yesterday, he even said he again reiterated, he is not against immigration. He's not against companies that want people from a different country doing work for them or working in their country, but he wants them to be here legally and vetted. So, I mean, I just don't get why people hate him. I just don't get it.
There are some people that do, but regardless, you're not going to change their mind. Kevin says, hell yes, he is. Love it, Dana.
Mm-hmm.
When you hear more and more of these people talk and give explanations why, and give reasons and facts and evidence, which then it's like, okay, we understand. We see it. Those are the things that help. And that's why we do what we do here. Man, those are chill factors. Those are chill factor sounds that we talk about as well.
You betcha.
And then you have all the Trump stuff that we talk about, because he is American first.
Mm-hmm.
He is about everything that is happening in this country. Then you have a situation where I don't know where this is going, but it's shocking me. Last week and the week before, we had Dr. Phil videos.
That's right.
All of a sudden, Dr. Phil is the biggest Trump supporter. Now that we have people, he's just doing it for ratings. I don't think so.
I don't either.
I think it's legit. I think he saw some of the crap that he used to be involved with and got the hell out. It's all right to make mistakes in life. We all make mistakes.
Absolutely.
How long are you going to make the mistake for?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to continue to stay in the mistake, or are you going to get out of the mistake and try to make something better? Dana White also talks to Trump all the time. He says he is joking self. You wouldn't even know all the stuff that he's going through. It's all BS.
Sure. Yeah.
And he is our American badass.
Yes.
But I wanted you to set up what's going on with Dr. Phil.
Well, I have two little videos, and he has a new, if you go on X, so if you're not on X and you want to see what Dr. Phil's doing with Donald Trump, you need to just find Dr. Phil. And he has a new, we've talked about this last week a couple times, he has a new production company that he has on X. And he interviewed Donald Trump, and it came out this past weekend. So if you haven't seen it, I have not watched it in its entirety, but I will be doing that today. But the little bit I've seen of it, there's things that Dr. Phil have asked him that he's answered that I have never seen our great President Trump talk about. And so I think it's important to see where Dr. Phil, I don't know what his political affiliation was years ago, but I used to like to watch it as somebody that liked to work in psychology of small children. But then to me, he kind of seemed like he was leaning to the left, maybe because he was friends with Oprah. So I stopped watching him. But I think he's genuinely a good man. And he's coming out. And the first video that we're going to have is a little clip. Dr. Phil is driving to Mar-a-Lago to interview President Trump. And what was significant to me about him is he didn't call him former President Trump. He said, I'm going to see the president. And this was just a couple days ago.
We just pulled through the gates at Mar-a-Lago, and we're getting ready to go in and meet with the president.
And I just wanted to bring this up because I thought it was great, because a lot of people do like Dr. Phil, but stopped listening to him. And he is all in for Donald Trump. All in.
Jeannie says he's an asshole, though. Well, maybe
He might be. I don't know.
Maybe he was.
Yeah. You know what, Jeannie, you might be right, because I definitely was somebody that thought he was an asshole. I really did, because I liked him. I thought he did great things. And then I thought he kind of went Jerry Springer-ish on us, and I thought he seemed to the left. But I don't think there's anybody that is not redeemable. I really don't. And he's got a big platform. And if he can get the word out to the liberals that still trust Dr. Phil and they vote for him, I am all for it. And so I have a second video that is here, and it's long. We're only going to play the first little section of it, and Joe and I'll tell you where to stop. But this is the beginning of the show. And if you're already on X, I'm not telling you what to do, and you want to see it, it's worth a little look. If you want to play it, Joe.
Welcome to Merritt Street Media. Tonight on Dr. Phil Primetime.
It's a psychological interview that you're doing. You're sort of being my psychiatrist. I've watched your show a lot over the years. People break down, oh, they start crying on the show. I said, that's never happening to me.
You've been called every name in the book. The media has turned against you. Why do you subject yourself to this? What do you say to yourself when the crowds aren't cheering? What is the hardest, darkest moment?
The hardest part for me is probably my family, because it's very unfair to my family. I have a very good wife. She reads this crap. I have great kids, and what they've gone through.
There's an addiction to revenge. Nobody would fault you. You can say, it ends here. It ends with me.
Our country's in tremendous danger of World War III. I don't think I've ever said this on air before.
Well, you can cut it right here, Joe, but that was the little bit that I've seen of it. And a lot of people have told me that it's a really good interview. And he asked questions more on a personal side. And even though he said he wouldn't ever cry or get on there and cry, he got very sentimental on there. And so I thought that was a side that would be great that the liberals could listen to and understand that he is a human. What you're doing is affecting his children and affecting his family, but they're all still willing to fight for us.
From our People's Platform. And of course, you can watch us on Facebook, on X, on YouTube, Clout Hub, and also, where else are we at? Rumble, X, Clout Hub, Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah.
Terry says, kind of funny that both Dr. Phil and Dr. Oz saw something with Oprah that they both ended up turning out to be
I agree.
very conservative.
Yes, I agree.
Republicans.
I agree with that. I totally agree. And they might have been Democrats before. I don't know what they were. I know Dr. Phil leaned that way for a while. But sometimes when you see the truth, and if they both saw something with Oprah, because he's in your face with this now. Dr. Phil is. He's on X, because that's where you're uncensored a whole lot and it doesn't buffer. And he's got this new media company, and most of what he's talking about is Trump. And so I just think it's great. And he makes no bones about it. When you know that he's a true Trump supporter when he said, we're going to see the president, not the former president. Because people like myself, he's still the president in my eyes. And Dr. Phil thinks so too.
From the chat line, Oprah only tried to separate everyone with color.
That's right.
And continues to do when she gets the chance.
Exactly.
Some breaking news that came out earlier today. Hunter Biden's not going to testify in his trial. You think? We think we kind of saw that happen.
Yeah, we saw that coming.
Okay, appreciate it. By the way, Trump, new totals coming in, 12 million raised on Saturday from Silicon Valley investors. Yeah, because they don't want their freaking finances destroyed.
That's right.
Because that's on the way as well. They get it. That's big tech, big business starting to wake up as well. And we've been showing, even when the World Economic Forum was going on, you had, I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Jamie Dimon. It was somebody else speaking about how Trump is not bad for business and people need to wake up. As a matter of fact, he said, they're good. We can't put out this fake narrative anymore. Okay, guys, you asked for it. Here it is. Trump with Kid Rock music. It was sent to us by Gary. Gary, thank you so much for sending it. You wanted to see it. You wanted other people to see it. Here it is with Trump and Kid Rock.
We have a very special announcement from the 45th President of the United States of America.
Hello, everyone. I love you all. I know you're having a great time at the Kid Rock concert tonight. Quite frankly, he's amazing. All of you in attendance are the true backbone of our great country. Hardworking, God-fearing, rock and roll patriots. Bob is truly one of the greatest entertainers of our time. Not the best golfer by any means. His golf game could use a little work, but a great, great entertainer, and that's why you're there. Let's all continue to love one another, fight for our God-given freedoms, and most of all, let's make America rock again. Have a wonderful time tonight. God bless you, and God bless America.
All right.
I love that.
We can
song.
get out now. F and A.
Yeah,
yes.
that's
why I
so
love
great.
doing the show. And that's why
Yeah.
this show is so good. And that's why you guys have helped and you come every day, because we're able to do moments like this. We're able to
Yes.
provide those and show you truth and show you things that are happening around this country.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I'd seen that before. It is brilliant.
I have too. I love it. You can't see it enough. And then when he goes, well, he's not much of a golfer or something like that. It was so funny. I love it. And you know what's great about that is Donald Trump isn't necessarily a rocker. We played a list of like what his favorite music was, you know, a month or so back. And I didn't even hear like hard rock on it. So that'll just show you it doesn't matter what kind of music it is or whatever it is. If you're patriotic and you love this country,
Mhm.
Donald Trump is going to focus on you. And so I think that's great. And who would have thought that people that were unlikely to maybe come out for him are now starting to do it?
Jeannie says the St. Louis crowd was way louder. I guess he played it before the St. Louis crowd. Is that what had happened as well?
Yeah.
If that was the case, that'd be kind of
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, that's right. I was not there, but I had a friend that went there, and she said the crowd in St. Louis was just so loud when that came.
Heck yeah, it is.
So loud because there's just little pockets in Missouri that don't like Donald Trump, but the big majority of the state and so many states, like even California that you showed the video earlier, they love our country. So therefore they love Donald Trump.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. This is cancelthisshow.com. Vic Faust, Lizzie Sparks, Projo in the house as well. We already know that Biden, literally, we've talked an hour and a half and it's been tons of Trump. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much stuff from the weekend and all that's, and you wonder why his ratings are sky high. Yeah, Glenn, we're told that Kid Rock plays that, or he played the Trump video before every freaking stop that he
I
had.
think that's wonderful.
That's badass.
That's
what I
badass.
love to see. That's what I love to hear.
Mhm.
The other thing is Joe Biden. Joe Biden, on the other hand,
Joe Biden.
he had another moment. Remember, he's Irish, he's Polish, he's African American, he's Indian, he's Pakistani.
Yeah, he's friends with Corn Pop.
He's a truck driver.
He's a truck driver. Wherever he is, he's an auto industry
That's
maker. Where
His Uncle Bozy got eaten by cannibals.
he was in a war.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't remember. I mean, yeah, obviously he was a liar his whole life. And then when you
Yes.
go from being a liar to having the problems and the cognitive abilities he has, it just all comes out as crap now.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Listen to him over the weekend in France. He's now calling himself the son of a revolutionary war.
Oh my gosh.
One of the things that's been a legend in my family is my middle name is Robinet. And allegedly, I've been told by my grandfather that this was established. I've not found it yet. Maybe someone could help me. That I'm a son of the American Revolution. Because Robinette came over with Lafayette and never went home. He stayed in the United States. So that makes me a son of the American Revolution. And, but I haven't been able to establish that yet. So maybe one of your genealogists can figure it out for me. One of the things.
One more time. I want to hear him again, Joe.
Yeah, me
Joe, that's
too.
all. I love your bullshits.
This has been a legend in my family. My middle name is Robinet. And allegedly, I've been told by my grandfather that this was established. I've not found it yet. Maybe someone could help me. That I'm a son of the American Revolution. Because Robinette came over with Lafayette and never went home. He stayed in the United States. So that makes me a son of the American Revolution. And but I haven't been able to establish that yet. So Maybe one of your genealogists can figure it out for me.
Yeah.
A bullshit?
Oh my gosh.
A bullshit? A bullshit. Bullshit.
Bullshit. That is so good. And Donald Trump, earlier when we played it at his rally, saying that it's all bullshit. It all goes together. Oh my gosh, there's no better word than bullshit to talk about the Biden administration.
Jeannie from the chat line, the people's platform, that is. We love it when you join the live link too. That SOB didn't even know what the is going on.
That's right. That's right. He doesn't even know. I mean, it is funny. And you were talking
Dear
about
God,
how
help us.
he's always been a liar. And look at somebody that has dementia. Sometimes they start making up stories, but a lot of times they go back in their brain to what really happened, and it's not necessarily a lie. You never know what's true with Joe Biden because his whole life has been a bunch of bullshit lies.
Oh my, can we show the Biden again, or did we delete that? Did we delete that with the 100 videos we gave you today, producer Joe?
Which the
doing
one that we
the Biden?
Oh yeah, no, I got it.
I want to see doing the Biden because we have all of this pageantry and tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of supporters for Donald Trump showing up. We were told Biden showed up where, Milwaukee? There were like 10 people.
Yeah, there was like nobody there.
And you haven't heard from him. Donald Trump is kicking ass all over America, and Biden is sleeping somewhere probably in the hyperbaric chambers, trying to keep him alive somehow, some way after his chip. We showed you last week. He crapped his pants. He left early. He took out. I never thought I'd say poor Macron any day in my life. The president of France, literally sprinting around to shake the hands of war veterans, of D-Day veterans, because Biden took off. He took off with Jill. He looked like he was sitting down, taking a shit, whatever he was doing last week.
Yeah.
Well, now it has inspired this. It's called Doing the Biden. Check it out.
Ready? Do the Biden. Ready? Do the Biden. Do the
Oh my God.
That is just so funny because, that is, again, the leader of the free world that most people are speculating that not only is he full of bullshit, he's got bullshit that he comes out of his butt because he's pooping in his pants all the time. And so there's a dance about the leader of the free world. That's embarrassing.
This is bad.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's bad. But again, hey, you voted for him, right? America wanted that man, right?
We so did.
There is no way in effing hell America wants that man now.
No,
there is no way he is winning an election. We know it. You know it. I don't even think he's going to be at a debate. However, we'll see. I know we were told by Will Scharf last week there will be a debate. However, I did see, and I can't remember where it was, Lizzie, I thought that I saw that Trump wants him to take 2 tests now.
Yeah, I saw that
I don't know
too.
if take 2 tests before they debate it.
Correct.
And I'm like, what would that be about?
Yeah, I don't know what the 2 tests are about. And I know that when Joe Biden was talking about him, I couldn't believe it. And we played that last week about how, he's just going to come out and it's just going to be so great. But she was bragging about the compromised nature that the debate's going to be, that we're going to stop the microphone and you can only say so much. They're admitting to the fact that Joe Biden cannot even do a normal debate. They're having to set up parameters. And they're making it's because Donald Trump is such a bully.
He's bad.
Yeah.
He's a bad person.
He's just bad. He's bad man. Orange man bad. Orange man bad. Speaking of orange man bad, I saw something. There's a whole community on Facebook of Black Trump supporters. And it was so funny.
Hell yes, there is.
I love it. And there's a picture of Donald Trump with a black face. Now, granted, white people can't do that. But Black people put a black face on him and said, like the show, that the orange is the new black.
Oh, that's good.
The orange is the
Where, do you remember what site that was so people can check it out?
It was taken down. I have a screen.
Oh shit!
Wait. I have a screenshot of it. I have a screenshot of it somewhere. I don't know. I'll have to find it, but it is legit.
Yeah,
it was taken down though.
Yeah.
What was it on FB?
it was on FB. Yeah, I saw it on FB is where I saw it. So it could have been somewhere else, but it is literally saying the orange is the new black, and it's Donald Trump.
That made my Monday
blackface.
morning.
It was so great, and I'm like, yeah, that's some good stuff right there.
Hell yeah, it is.
Mhm.
Vic Faust, Lizzie Sparks, Pro Joe in the house, the producer. You don't see him today. You hear him trying to find that video. But this is why we love Donald Trump. This is why we make fun of, get sad at what Joe Biden is. And for those people who believe that Jake Sullivan and Obama are running the White House and all the charades behind the scenes, they know this isn't a good look. And that's why I still don't know how the hell they're going to roll Biden out for freaking debates and then roll him into election. No way. There's no way. No freaking way. You can't. Too big to rig, as we talk about.
Too big.
Too big to rig. Sally says, hey, new neat drinking game. Squawk and swallow. Squawk and swallow. Squawk and swallow. But people are pissed off. I've always said we're trying to have some fun, but at the same point in time, also over the weekend, coming out on a Friday news dump day, as we tell you. On Mondays, we're always so damn packed because all the crap gets released on the Friday news dump day right before the weekend starts. Hopefully you don't see about it because you got your mind in happy hours and kids sports and kids games and pools and summertime. And I get it. It's fun. That's why they do it. That's why they put it there.
Okay, so I'm looking up.
I found it.
Okay, put it up, and I'll read what Meta is saying about.
Yeah, are we going to get canceled because of it?
I don't know.
So here
Maybe.
it is. This is the picture.
Well, we've made it. We've only got 18 minutes left in the show.
Yeah, orange is the new black is what it's saying. There's Donald Trump.
Oh, I've seen that
blackface.
pic.
I have too. And then, but when I went to put it in Facebook to try to find it, Meta says, I think you meant to say Donald Trump is orange is the new black. This is a play on words combining a reference to the title of the popular Netflix show, Orange is the New Black, with a comment about Donald Trump's notorious tan. While Trump's skin tone is often described as tan or orange. But anyway, you get the point. It goes on and on. It wouldn't let me find it.
BS on
But
FB.
Meta, that's right.
FB with bullshit.
Bullshit. Literally, that's what came up was Meta wouldn't let me look it up.
Jeannie says, I want the debate. I want Trump to ask him if he's pooping right now.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be great?
Joe.
Are you pooping right now?
Are you crapping your pants?
I know. I'm really would really enjoy a debate too. Some people are like, oh, it's not going to be fair. And it's not going to be fair. I mean, we know it's not going to be fair. He went on, he's agreeing to do it on CNN. But what a great night for entertainment. Pop yourself some popcorn and it'll be good.
Possibly. We just get pissed off. We have some fun. We're serious. We've been talking a lot of serious stuff too. But the first thing you should talk about, which comes to mind, is that freaking border, which we talk about. Did you know that the number of foreign-born people, once again, foreign-born people in the United States, this is what we know about. Foreign-born people in the United States has now hit over 46 million.
Yeah.
46 million people from across the country, born somewhere else, now live here. Okay, great. Love the diverse. We are a melting pot.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show what can happen when people start to lose their love of country.
Correct.
Their love of the red, white, blue stripes and the stars. This is a big deal. You start, and then people just take their own culture and they try to promote that. It should be both. And it's
that's
not
right.
yet.
It should be both. And I have no problems with people that are German or whatever race, wherever they came from. They didn't come from Palestine because they're not, it's not a real place. But I don't mind at all that you celebrate your heritage or where you're from, but it's still America first. Have America pride. And you can talk about, hey, I'm Italian, or hey, I'm German, or whatever you are, or I came from Iran. It doesn't matter. But America has to be the forefront of what we look at. If not, you need to go back to Ireland, Iran, wherever it is. If you think those things are so great, why don't you go there? Why don't you live there? If you think, I can't stand it when people who come over here, especially if they're illegal, and bash America, then why are you here?
Betty says it's well over 50% in several European cities now.
That's right.
Yep, we've talked
Yes, it
about
is.
that. It's interesting. Trump could tell if Joe is crapping is the
Yeah,
smile
he
on
he
Joe's
totally
face. He'd be
could.
like,
Yeah, he
I don't
totally
know
could.
about this. Hey, there is good news too, before we get to a couple of these other stories, for people in the St. Louis metropolitan area. Lizzie tells me, and you sent us a story about cicadas. Did you read that story you sent in?
Yeah, I did. But refresh, I don't remember what I was saying.
It was the cicada. You sent the story about cicadas. Well, The 17 and the 13.
Oh, yes.
They're supposed to be gone now any day?
Yes. So the things with the cicadas now is you probably noticed you probably not hearing them as much because the 13 and the 17, they're about done. If they're not done, they're about done. Now you're still going to smell the carnage because the males that are dead, that their penis fell off and they're down on the ground, they're the ones that are smelling. So the men are the ones that smell. Because really, I mean, all the ones that you see down there, they're stinking because and so your backyard, if it's really smelling right now, it's the cicadas. So they should be completely done in most areas by the end of this week.
And this has only been a big problem in Missouri, we hear, right? Maybe a state
I think
or two
Tennessee
around.
had some of
And I know
it.
we have national listeners.
Yeah, but I think Missouri had it the worst. And it was so bad that there was times that we've talked about this on the show. You couldn't even go outside because you were getting dive bombed by these things.
Oh yeah, I know. I got dive bombed.
Yes, and it was so loud.
I get it.
But over the last 2 days, I noticed at my house that was inundated with them. You can only hear them very light. What I call the every year cicadas. You can still kind of hear them, but they're not the ones that dive bomb you and stuff. So you're probably going to start smelling. If you had them a lot, if your backyard doesn't already smell, it's going to start smelling. So I'm kind of glad. I mean, I don't wish anybody to die, but I hope the cicadas just get out of here. I'm done with them.
This has gone way over. At least Lisa says the males also had a venereal disease.
Supposedly that's
that made
true.
them go crazy and dive bomb.
Yes, supposedly that's true. I read articles that they had some sort of an STD, like an insect STD. So you could see like in their bottom region, it was whitish, that they almost started to their bottom area sort of look like they're albino-ish. So I don't know if it was the 13 or the 17-year cicadas that got this STD, but yeah. So, I mean, you're dealing with some disgusting little creatures. They're disgusting. So, I mean, they come there, they make a lot of noise, and all the noises is just them, saying, hey, baby, you want to come on over here and let's put our butts together. That's what the cicadas are. I don't see what's good about it, other than the fact maybe there's less spiders, supposedly.
Yeah, I know. They look whacked out too.
Yeah, they do look whacked out.
Still the best funny thing. One of my friends called his ex-girlfriend. He's like, no, I can't go there. He's like, there's a bunch of cicadas there.
Mm-hmm.
He called his ex-girlfriend cicadas.
That's a good way. Somebody that you don't
dive bomb me.
That's right.
They got bug eyes.
Mm-hmm. That's what we can call all the people that like Joe Biden now, is we can call them, they're a bunch of cicadas. That's who they are.
That's gross after everything we've heard. Just cover them in chocolate, Liz. Can't do that.
Yeah, that's so gross.
No, I was like in a spot.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
In a spot in St. Louis County, because I was just talking to Megan. They're quieter. She said she'd check at 11.
Yeah.
So we'll get an update there too.
Yeah, for sure. And the chat line is hysterical what they're saying. Just, like you said, just cover them in chocolate. Somebody.
Yeah, they're edible.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
We get it. I wanted to show this for you as well. We'll go with Lizzie. I was thinking about you with this too. We got to go, and the NBA finals are going on.
Yeah.
The Boston, and we may not have a chance to get to the economic story. I'll do that tomorrow. I promise. Sometimes I don't do that, and I apologize, but we have a headline and I don't get to it because I'm so damn busy, and we just let the show topics go where they are.
Yeah.
But I wanted to show you this too. Okay, so the Celtics are up now 2-0 in the NBA Finals. They're playing the Dallas Mavericks. Now they'll go to Dallas for 3 games. Well, their head coach is Joe Mazzulla, and he is a very staunch conservative. Or not, I shouldn't say staunch conservative, but he's a very Christian man. And he is not afraid of anybody or anything. But I wanted to play the soundbite when he was at his media press conference, because I thought of you, Lizzie, and I think this will blow your mind when Joe Mazzulla starts talking about this.
Hey, Joe, Ben School with Yahoo Sports. For the first time since 1975, this is the NBA Finals where you have 2 black head coaches. Given the plight sometimes of black head coaches in the NBA, do you think this is a significant moment? Do you take pride in this? How do you view this, or do you not see it at all?
I wonder how many of those have been Christian coaches.
Boom. Silence. Complete silence. Did you notice that? That was great.
In my sports days, I covered 2 NBA finals.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're sitting in those press conferences, I mean, there's about 50 people, maybe 100 sometimes, depending upon, you have both sides of the media from each city.
Yeah.
But listen to what, I mean, but
that was good.
That guy's trying to raise bait. And Mazzulla's like, yeah, but what about Christians?
That's where it shows what he finds is more important is being a Christian as opposed to the color of his skin. And the silence said everything. They didn't know what to say to that.
No, they didn't.
They did. If you have a comeback for people that are race baiters, I love when they can't even continue saying anything and they just go silent because then they're like, oh shit, I was just kind of race baiting. Because why do you say that? Isn't that great that both the coaches are black? I mean, what difference does that make?
The Mavericks are not owned by Mark Cuban anymore. Miriam Adelson owns them, and Miriam made a huge donation to Donald Trump. If you don't remember, we talked about Miriam before. I just want to remind people, Glenn, thank you for the reminder from the chat line. We appreciate you getting that information back out to us. They want to hear us play it again. Is that possible, Joe? Yeah, why not? Why not? I mean, we can save Hunter Biden stuff for tomorrow. He's not worth our time.
Yeah.
And maybe the economic problems that are predicted to come our way. Here's Boston Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talking about black coaches being in the NBA Finals. And remember, he's also got Jason Tatum on his team, who is St. Louis's own. Was at Chaminade, spent a year at Duke, and now he's on the verge of bringing an NBA title back to himself and to the city of St. Louis.
Hey, Joe, Vince Gill with Yahoo Sports. For the first time since 1975, this is the NBA Finals where you have two black head coaches. Given the plight sometimes of black head coaches in the NBA, do you think this is a significant moment? Do you take pride in this? How do you view this, or do you not see it at all?
I wonder how many of those have been Christian coaches.
David Aldridge?
David Aldridge?
Hey, Joe.
And I really focused the second
David
time.
Aldridge?
I'm glad you played it again because his face is like looking at the crowd like anyone, like Bueller, anyone. That's what came to my mind and that's showing my age and talking about Ferris Bueller. But I just thought that was hysterical. He's like, okay. And nobody says a word.
Lisa wants can we get a cancel this sports? Yeah, maybe. Why not?
Yeah.
What else was interesting in that same presser? He was also asked, not kidding. He was, and I don't know why, and I don't think this was made up on AI. I don't have it ready to go, but he was asked about the royal family because you have people, you have media. It's almost like the Super Bowl media day, where you have thousands of media all over. I think it's real, but I listened to it last night. I didn't send it to Joe, but he was asked about the royal family. And he's like, what? Do you mean Jesus, Mary, and Joseph?
I love that.
And and they're just like, what? He literally said Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Uh-huh.
Joe Mazzulla. And he never really smiles.
Yeah.
He's out there to kick ass and take names, and that's what the Celtics are doing right now. That's for sure. Just thought we would bring that through because
that was delightful. That made my morning. That was just great. The look in the end. Thank you for Jeannie and Joe wanting it played again, because the second time around, the expression on his face was hysterical.
And that's how it's done. That's how you get things done.
That's how it's done, son.
Oh my God, that's good stuff. Hey, Joe, I know we have the economic stuff, and then we got the Hunter Biden. I guess his baby mama, who he refuses to accept and refuses to accept the kids. Those are the only two things we missed today so far, right?
The only thing I have left is just the one.
Damn, we made it through like 30 videos.
Yeah, we played a lot.
Do you have blisters on your fingers?
Kind of.
Yeah, because there was so much videos today. But I mean, there again, some weekends there isn't as much. This weekend there was one thing after another.
Tons.
And there's so much more we could be covering, and we'll just have to cover it tomorrow because there's so much. We even have to cover the part about, we talked about this on the show, and we knew it would come out eventually, just like the transcript for the transgender that went in and shot up a Christian school. It has now come out, her manifesto, and we need to hit that tomorrow. And it's interesting because it showed that this person really was there purposely to kill Christians. And the only reason why I brought it up now is we were talking about Christian on there.
Yeah.
She had a real fantasy going on that was very distorted. And so, Kamala Harris had come out and was saying things like, oh, we feel so sorry for the transgenders. No, the transgender is the one that killed Christians. That's not who you feel sorry for this time.
I agree. I agree 100%. What else is okay? Let's see. The poor child doesn't want that crackhead as a father. No, I know.
No. I mean,
No,
really,
we know that.
really, they're doing that child a favor by denouncing them, because we're now going back to Hunter Biden.
No, I know somebody who lived a much better life because her father disowned her and her mother. And
Oh, okay.
then she lived a pretty damn good life, raised very well because of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah.
And raised in a way that she should have been raised.
Mhm.
Which is why I'm all for adoption. And that gets into the whole situations as well as we were talking about with abortion earlier.
That's right. Adoption is a beautiful thing.
This is cancelthisshow.com. Lori says a man in a dress tried kidnapping a child in a St. Louis neighborhood. I guess that happened over the week. I did not hear about that. Also, Joe, I'm curious too. As we go out today, is it possible to do the Biden? Is it possible to do the 2 videos that we close out with?
You mean the Biden and then the exit, or you want to do
The Biden,
renew, and the exit?
Yeah, is that possible?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
That's beautiful. Let's do it.
And then of course but real quick, getting some up. It happened in the Carondelet neighborhood. The trans guy who wants to be a woman, who wants to be a trans man, to donate her lady parts to him so he can get pregnant and have an abortion. I don't know. I
Crazy
can't
as
follow
crazy
it.
does.
I don't know.
It makes my brain go, what?
I mean, it's
What?
all, yeah.
What? What? Okay.
Hello.
Yep,
Hello. Okay.
Mhm.
But we appreciate it. We've got we got through a lot today. I mean, that's why it is the fastest 2 hours in podcasting. Please like, subscribe, share the show. Let people know what we're doing. If you know of advertisers, sponsors, we have a donate button on the page where you can help us with our free speech platform to continue to do what we do, because it's all about free speech. It's about getting the truth out about Donald Trump. It's about making sure that you guys are as educated as possible to live the lives that you were meant to live for you, yourself, if you have families, your friends, and especially in a day and an age and a time where national media and local media won't tell you all of the things that you need to hear. So that's what we try to do. We do it around the clock. We have lots of dedicated people, and we're grateful for it. It's truly been an organic mission, but you guys are the reason why. And we go national, but why we've become the #1 most downloaded news talk show in the St. Louis metropolitan area, because of you guys. Thank you for keeping us on our toes as well. And thanks for sending in good videos. The Kid Rock stuff was cool too. Glad that we got that. And we're grateful for our sponsors, Complete Auto Body Repair, the St. Louis Injury Council with David Gregory, WeQuipUSA.com. Check out their site when it comes to renting items in your neighborhood or putting your own items up to rent. And of course, Wenty's in the Chesterfield Valley. Guys, we are grateful. This is the fastest 2 hours of podcasting. Wanted to show you doing the Biden again, because you guys asked for it again. Doing the Biden because of his shitting episode, or appeared to be shitting episode in France, of all places. Followed by We Are Renew Media Group, LLC.com. Once again, Renew Media Group, LLC.com. A little bit about who we are and what we do, followed by, of course, the great video that Joe has put together of who we are. Guys, thank you so much. I'm sorry. We love America. We love people who love America. So right now, that's Donald Trump, and that's people who put their flags up, and that's people who aren't afraid to speak the truth. For Pro Joe and Lizzie Sparks, I'm Vic Faust. Have an awesome rest of your Monday.
Ready? Do the Biden. Ready? Do the Biden. Do the Biden.
Thank you.